Welcome to Yoga as Medicine. We have been talking about the importance of extension through the spine and lifting through the heart, the sternum, shoulders coming down, and last week the attention on the throat and the importance of getting out of patterns in our life and patterns in yoga of shutting all this down and opening it up, looking forward rather than down. So today I want to make one more connection. We started with the sternum, we went to the throat, and I want to reach now and talk about the top of the head, there being a stream from the base of the spine that runs through all the way to the top of the head. And the importance of paying attention to where the weight of the head is in your yoga poses, as well as in your life, how important it is. So we're going to go through some simple poses. I'm going to go through 3 poses today. The first one is triangle pose. I've been teaching yoga for over 25 years, and one of the things I have seen the most that is super simple self-adjustment you can do anytime is that people tend to forget about keeping their cervical spine, which is your neck, and the top of your head in alignment with what's happening with the rest of your spine. So if we're doing triangle pose, we can just start here, that I'm lifting through my spine, and rather than having my head off to the side or back or slightly down, I'm going to have a string, or I like to think of it as a rope, that's taut all the way through the top of my head. So rather than it being slack and having the ability to go different directions, it's going to move straight up from the base of my spine and feel that energetic connection. Again, we're talking about values and currents. So one with not only the breath, but the wind all the way up through the spine, through the throat, through the top of the head. In triangle pose, if I begin here and the top of my head is in alignment with the base of my spine, and I move into triangle pose, this is perfect. But what I see oftentimes is people are maybe still looking up, but they drop the weight of their head, or even looking down and drop the weight of your head. And you can see how I've lost that line of energy and extension. It's actually not good for your neck. So you want to, instead of releasing that weight, you want to use your neck muscles and bring that taut rope all the way through the top of the head. And maybe I keep looking downward. That's perfect. Or if I want to take my gaze and look upward, but I'm bearing the weight of my head in an extended line of energy. We can see the same thing as I jump off to the side with extended angle, which again, I maybe see this even more often, where we're in this beautiful line of energy from my left foot all the way through my left arm and fingertips, but then the head is dropped, looking down or sideways or even up. So it's a simple 5%, 10% adjustment to just bring my neck in alignment with my left arm, looking up at my fingertips, brings that whole line of energy through Sushumna Nadi, through the cervical spine. What we've been studying is the values, the currents, the winds. So now in these poses, even twisted triangle, I can get that current running through my spine. And then when I begin to twist, my neck is in alignment rather than my head hanging down in this pose. Simple self-adjustment. And the analogy, the metaphor that I've been using for years that I love the most is that rope. Base of the spine, all the way through the spine, that neck is long and open and all the way through the top of the head. Notice how much we do this in life in our habitual patterns of standing and sitting, where we're just slightly tipped forward with the head. We talked about that last week, like looking up or looking forward and opening the throat, but also to think of bearing that weight in a way that feels comfortable and soft, and yet is also using your neck muscles to hold that position where your ears are in alignment with the room, where the chin is lifted, and the top of the head feels like the top of the head is in alignment with your ceiling. Is when we have good form, when we're standing up straight and we're using our core muscles and our back is healthy. So join me today and just pay attention to in your yoga practice where you're releasing the head weight rather than holding it up in alignment with the spine, and also in life where you might be just a little bit lazy and not using your neck muscles to have that good structure, and move that energy throughout the day as well. Take 3 breaths, take 5 breaths, just take little breaks and bring the top of the head to the ceiling and watch your energy increase, expand, and even shift your moods when we tend to shift our bodies in the way we hold ourselves throughout the day. That is your tip for the day, on the mat, off the mat. We'll see you next week.